So at the center of the reading, we have the Fool card. This is going to be your focal point for the month. You're starting new. You're starting afresh. You're on a new journey now, new phase of life. You're still struggling, I see, with some things in the past. You're holding on to maybe past. You're holding on to past. I want to say like preconceived notions or perspectives, old ways of thinking, because you're kind of sticking to the tried and true. But this month you're dealing with some new energy, and it's really going to have you scrambling a little bit, because we have the 7 of Cups here. So you're going to be a little confused. You're going to be a little conflicted. You're going to feel a little, bound up, like this woman in the 8 of Swords. She feels as though she doesn't have all the knowledge necessary to make an adequate decision on how to move forward or how to progress. The swords around her are very mental energies. It's not physically being in a predicament where, you're kind of up against a corner or in a corner and you're not sure how you're going to get out. It's more about you mentally putting yourself in a space where you're not sure which way to go or what's going to be the best decision for you. The blindfold around her eyes really speaks to her feeling like she doesn't have all the information necessary in order to make a right decision. However, what you're dealing with this month, I feel it's something of a highly spiritual nature. It's like life is pushing you forward. It's saying, we're going to continue to push you to move in a different direction, in a more positive direction, and then force you into areas where you're dealing with some new energies, new logic, new way of thinking, new way of being. Because we have the Hierophant here. And what this is telling me in your reading is that it's like the universe is pushing you to move forward. It's saying, okay, you have your past. You've learned from your past. Now it's time to practice it. Now it's time to put it into action. Okay. Perhaps you've been thinking about a new business venture or looking at new opportunities and to promote or to have a career change of some kind. And you're not quite sure how to move forward with that. You're kind of holding on to, it's like you want to hold on to what stability you have right now, and you're afraid to lose that by taking on a new venture or moving into this new phase. You're worried about, losing your footing, like this Fool card here. He's standing over a cliff and he's kind of like just going along, not really paying attention to the fact that there's like a major pitfall that he's walking straight into, and you're kind of afraid of that. However, with the Hierophant here, and then diagonal from that, the Fool, straight diagonal from the Fool, we have the 10 of Cups. What this is saying to me is this move that you're being kind of, I don't want to say pushed into, but it's like you're thinking more and more about it. It's going to be a very positive one for you. The Fool card is generally a very positive card. I don't want to try to make it sound like, you're going to fall into a pit if you go after what you desire. That's not it at all. You just have to watch for potential pitfalls, as we all do. I mean, we all go into, when we're learning something new, we go through trial and error phases. It's nothing terrible. It's just part of life. But now you're taking your past wisdom and knowledge that you've gained. You need to apply it to this fresh start, and it's going to have a very happy ending for you. Very happy circumstances are going to take place. It's going to feel like, You have all that you're desiring. Above this 10 of Cups, we have the Ace of Wands. So this is a new creative venture. This is something that you are very passionate about, something that drives you to really make some long-term, try to make some long-term plans. This Two of Wands is this man. He's holding a globe in his hand. He has two wands beside him. So he is planting the seeds for some long-term ventures. And he's overlooking the sea as if to say, you know, how am I going to plant these seeds so that in the long run, they're going to be the most profitable to me? Okay. Now with the Lovers card here as the overall energy for the reading, what this is telling me is that it's a very head or heart decision for you. Okay. Under this Lovers card, incidentally, we have the Two of Swords. So this talks about having great indecision, like having two options and not sure which to choose. Again, this woman's blindfolded. She feels as though she doesn't have all the information necessary to make the right decision for herself, just like in the Eight of Swords. The difference, I mean, they're both very similar in a sense, but the Eight of Swords talks about you feeling like you're afraid to move, not sure what to do. This Two of Swords talks about two choices and you having to make a choice, one or the other. Same thing with this Lovers card in this reading. It's having a head or heart decision. It's like logically you're thinking it wouldn't, you know, I'm taking a big risk. I don't know if it's going to pay off. But your heart and your passion is saying, go for what it is you want. Go after what you desire. Okay. The Empress here. This says to me in this reading that, you know, the Fool is walking straight into the Empress. So what this is saying to me is when you take this chance, when you take this opportunity, you're coming into a place where you're emotionally, spiritually, financially going to be much better off. It may not all happen in a month. You know, this is you planting the seeds this month for this long-term venture. You could be starting this new venture, or you could just be planting and plotting how you're going to go about it. But the outcomes I see you walking towards being the Empress and having this Ten of Cups says to me, it's going to be a fruitful venture for you. You are going to gain some prosperity out of this, and not just financially, but emotionally and spiritually as well. If you do what you're passionate about and what you love to do, you're going to be sitting pretty like this Empress. Okay. And this Empress isn't just all about money. She's someone who's very caring and loving and nurturing, very giving, because she's at this place where she's the Empress. You know, she kind of rules over an empire with her husband, the Emperor. So it's like she has everything that she needs, and now she's in a place where she can share it with others. Okay. Also, she's the mother of the tarot. So this is talking about, you know, for some people, this talks about pregnancy, and it can indicate pregnancy. But for me, in this reading, it's indicating, again, you're planting seeds. It's going to take time to come to fruition, but it is going to be a beneficial venture for you. It is going to bear fruit. Okay. I'm going to take my Veda Sevilla cards. These are Italian Oracle cards. I've had some questions about these cards. I'll show you the deck here. Veda Sevilla right here. I have not found these cards in English. However, they do have English-Spanish translation booklets that they come with. So if you're interested in purchasing them, that's an option. I'm not sure what we should look at first. I mean, let's look at the Ace of, well, you know what? honestly, this Ace of Rods, there's so many different things people are passionate about, and it's a general reading for the general public. So, but let's see if there's any additional messages that we can find on this. And I think I'm going to look at the Hierophant after that. So on this Ace of Wands, we have La Costanza, which is perseverance, staying true to yourself, staying consistent. This is the old woman, but this is also talking about an old acquaintance or an old friend. And militate, this is the military. This is charging forward or away from something. So for me in this reading, what it's saying is stay true to yourself, stay consistent in your beliefs and to yourself, and you are charging towards your goals, towards your ultimate, the word destiny comes to me. This card, the Ace of Wands, talks about passion. It's a very passionate card. So staying true to your passions and true to yourself and charging towards what it is you desire, okay? We have the Thinker. The Hierophant is a wise man who has spent plenty of time thinking. We have the Pleasant Surprise that comes in. And then we have worry, regret, doubt. Being next to this Four of Pentacles, it doesn't surprise me at all. Because it's as if it's saying here, you've been thinking and thinking and thinking about how you're going to move forward or how you're going to make the necessary changes and career moves or promotion or start this new creative venture. It's going to be a pleasant surprise, but you got to get over this fear. You got to get over this self-doubt and this worry, this anxiety that you have about it. It's good to be logical. It's good to try to plan and plot and, you know, try to see all the angles. So again, you're not like the fool falling off the cliff, you know, not looking down and not looking at your surroundings, but it's also not good to stay stuck like this Eight of Swords. Okay. So on the Seven of Cups, we have the reunion, disgrazia, some type of misfortune, unfortunate event. And then La Donna de Servicio, this is the female maid, but it also talks about someone that is of help or assistance. So to me, on the Seven of Cups, it's as if it's saying, I feel like it's saying, you know, you have, with the reunion card, it's you reuniting with your past. There may have been some misfortune in the past. And I feel that maybe somebody may be coming in to help you get over this you focusing on the past, but also it could be saying, you know, you're reunited with someone who helps you overcome this challenging situation. And this person is a very good friend who aids you in moving forward in your passion and in your goals. Okay. On the Seven of Cups, I feel like there's a confusion here because, again, I feel like there's been possibly some misfortune in the past and you're afraid of this being repeated. But I don't feel like it's going to be. Because you do have some beautiful outcome cards here. And you're really moving in a very positive direction. So I'm going to pull an Oracle of Visions card for you just to get an overall message for your reading. We have card number 15. This is a woman eloquently dressed. She's carrying an envelope. She has a red rose and there's birds flying around her head. This is card 15, yeah. So let me read the message that goes with this card. It says, this card portrays a farewell, which might be a final parting or a temporary goodbye. a tragic loss, or simply a turned page that could be leading to a new future. The woman's sober expression gives us no clue as to the content of her envelope. A farewell message, yes, but one received or to be given. The rose suggests a possible lover's separation, but is it a final goodbye or a temporary one until next time? Either way, as any airport scene will demonstrate, departure lounges tend to be sadder than arrivals. The birds flying in the background suggest that a return is in the future. Our lives are a constant flow of farewells to people, places, and things, some with regret, but some with enthusiasm as they are replaced with new options. So to me, again, this is saying, like I said in the beginning of the reading, you need some fresh perspective. You need to let go of your past. You do need to, you're kind of set in your perspectives in how you perceive things. I'm getting the impression like you just want to, life is presenting you with an opportunity to gain some fresh perspective and to mature and grow in a certain area. And, we're never too old or too wise or too smart to learn something new. So it's saying goodbye to what was and welcoming in what is new. Okay? And it's not forever. It's always going to be a part of us, what we've learned and what we've gained. But it's okay to open our hearts and open our minds to new opportunities.